What's up, guys? Welcome, Lauren Pritchard. This is a preface to a prayer that I might need you for later. So, and I'll tell you more about it later if it gets to that point. Um, but I've been in fight or flight mode for a day and a half. So, if that tells you anything about the urgency of the hour, fight or flight mode is like very you can't live in fight or flight mode. This Some people would call it like a panic disorder. It's information. Um, it's information. It happens. Maybe the last time was a year ago when my cat was fighting for his life. I was in fight or flight mode for a week. I lost a lot of hair. Your hair falls out. You can't live like this. So if I'm just prefacing, and this video is a preface of what might be more to come. So stay with me, stay tuned. Um, God's plan for man, humankind, to rule the earth was so final. It was so final in the sacrifice Jesus made. I have been wondering this myself, somebody who looks forward to the rapture of humanity. I have been questioning the existence of this realm, humankind, material world, so called earth as we see it. I've been questioning it. I literally spent a day wondering, like, are we just like waiting to leave? Are we just like waiting to leave this place? Because I am so lonely. I spend all my time alone. I'm like, am I like at the extreme measure? I'm like, am I like the last to go? Right? Am I the last to leave? Is there no one left? Are we all just sitting in the same existential dread that I'm sitting in? Or is it all just a waste? Or what did God have a bigger plan for this earth? I expressed this same sentiment in my last video talking about the election. And I was saying how I have never experienced nothing but overcoming of the saints, and then God's glory comes later in different ways, in ways that is not super visible to the population, but we see it. So I was wondering if Kamala Harris could become president, just sort of going along with the pattern that I witness in this world. Going along with the pattern that I witness in this world, you would say, and this is not a political post, you need to stay with me because this is not at all about politics. I am just pointing out a pattern. Going along with the pattern of the world, I would say, well, going along with the pattern of the world, like Kamala would become president because the world goes to shit. And are we just waiting to leave? Is existential dread? Am I like the only one left? Is anyone here? Like, are the people on TikTok, are they even here? This is like kind of psychosis, but I'm dealing with mental health issues. I'm in fight or flight. You can't live in fight or flight. If it lasted any longer, you would have to put me in a mental hospital, not because I'm crazy, but because you physically cannot live in fight or flight mode. I've been in fight or flight mode for a day and a half. I had to call out of work sick 2 days in a row because I physically cannot. I don't have the motor skills to do my job. Fight or flight paralyzes the nervous system. Even if I wanted to, of course, I want to service my clients, I can't. I physically can't. I don't have the motor skills to do it because God is calling something upon this moment in the world, reflecting in our lives. Something is happening. So, and there's more to the story, but I am not going to jump the gun. I'm just going to preface it with this. I had a revelation praying about the situation at hand Following up from my existential dread of, does this whole place just go to garbage? Does it? I don't know. No. I had a revelation. No, because God's plan for humankind to rule the earth was made so final. I'm just now like having this revelation. It was made so final in the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was sacrificed in the world that we live in so that humankind can rule this realm in his likeness. I hope this doesn't get my channel taken down because this is very powerful. God's plan for humankind, mankind, to rule this physical reality that we live in was made so final in and through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ in this world that we live in, because the world that we live in was designed, God's plan was so finalized in that moment for mankind to rule this earth. So you're not waiting for anything. You're not waiting to leave. You're not waiting to die. You're not waiting to get raptured. God's plan was made so final for mankind to rule this earth through the sacrifice Jesus made on this earth. And he has you in mind. He has your family in mind. The people that he had in mind, he sowed those seeds before they were born. He already had them in mind. And the reality of this reality is you have an inversion of reality trying to promote reality. The power is in the mind. We need to overcome those thoughts. I'm not immune to it. Last week I was wondering, like, are we just waiting to leave? Is this whole place go to garbage? Is this whole place go to shit? Am I the only one left? Sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like me and a handful of people that are just sitting in the same predicament we're all sitting in. Are we just like the last ones to go? Nope. Brought revelation. No, because Jesus made a sacrifice in this world. So this world was made to be ruled by mankind. That's why the illusion is as big as it is. That's why the black hole entity inverting reality is as loud as it is. That's why the black widow curse of despair is as contagious as it is. Don't follow that. I'm not saying I ever followed it. I was just on a journey of understanding, like questioning. And here's my answer. The answer is no. And then comes, the guidance to move forward. So we're on a new timeline. We're jumping into a new timeline. Buckle up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please stay tuned. I don't want to have to make a follow-up to this video. I might have to. And God's will be done. What's up? Oh, you're so funny. Oh, love you too, Brandon. Thank you, Desert. Saying hi. Good to see you. I'll check you later. Have a great night.